So James, what's your favourite kind of bed? Be it, for example, the hammock or something like a traditional bed, four-poster, any of those, or any others?
Thanks, Robbie. It's a bit difficult because I haven't slept in every type of bed, but for me it would have to be the hammock, mainly because of the style factor associated with the hammock, and you look pretty cool, even though it does score lowly. It scores very low on practicality.
Yes.
Michael?
I suppose mine, during this tour at least, has been the driver's seat of our Volkswagen Zafira on the A9 Autobahn, going at 150 kilometers an hour. There's something about it. When you get to that speed, you just start nodding off, and it's very relaxing.
Robbie, how about yourself?
I'm a sucker for the waterbed myself. I find that they've gone out of fashion, and I simply don't know why.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know why, but I think that when we make it, I will get a waterbed.
Decadence. Bourgeois Robbie.
And so that leads me up to the next bed-related question, which is, how many other people have you simultaneously slept in a bed with? What's the most? Sorry, to be clear.
Okay. I think for me I slept with 4 people, including me, in a bed.
So who were they?
They were, in no particular order, Frank Anstey Parry, Matthew Ruffles, Joe Cannon, and myself. And it was a double bed, much like this one, about roughly the size. But we didn't top and tail. We all slept sort of...
Okay.
Like...
You didn't tessellate?
It didn't tessellate, no. It was very, very, very sweaty. And it was after a New Year's Eve when we were about 14, I think.
Yes, I suppose mine is a story similar to that, with a bunch of boys. One guy called Marcus Wilton, who's quite smelly actually. So it wasn't a great night's sleep, and he used to just in the middle of the night just go ah, and wake me up. So that was mine. And you, Robbie?
3.
Can we know?
I can't remember.
Strangers.
Strangers. No, I'm not heavy on the. That was more of an outward question because I don't have a very interesting answer. But I think
interesting.
No, I think they qualified.
Okay.
Quorum.
But we have to be a bit careful because we have girlfriends and we'll get put in the doghouse if we give certain stories.
Sorry. My next bed-related question is, and this is only really relevant to UK kind of based people, is what's your favourite bed superstore? So for those who are slightly older, many will remember that bed superstores sort of had a monopoly on Sunday morning ITV television, where they would max out the kind of adverts, and they're always based in places like New Malden and Croydon. And where Sidcup. Sidcup. So
Redditch.
yes, Redditch. So I'd like to ask James first of all.
Okay. Wow. I think I do enjoy. I think it would have to be. Sorry, I'm really puzzling this one out. I think it would probably be Dreams, but I think Dreams is that's a newcomer. Asked me this question 5 years ago. Yeah, I'd have been. That's the Pretender. I think. I don't know if that's it's a new one. The Dreams theme tune.
Dreams bed superstore, a whole load of stuff and a great deal more.
So don't know how correct. We might get sued for that. So I go for dreams.
Okay. Well, the other obvious one is Bensons for beds. The relevance of that is that our old bass player was called Benson. Well, he's called Benson. He's very muscly.
The first thing that came to mind was DFS, but of course DFS is a furniture shop first and foremost. So I would probably have gone for Bensons for bed, but I don't know. Does IKEA count? Does it count?
The bed section of IKEA counts.
Yeah, the bed section of any shop. It's probably okay.
I can think of another exclusive.
What does it begin with?
A.
Aldi.
It's not Aldi.
Okay.
It's a high end. It's a high end.
High end
Retailer.
Just beds.
Just beds, to my knowledge. Very sure.
Second letter.
N. No takers. And so to bed.
And so to bed.
That is a high end bed retailing. Yeah.
8:30 for 9.
It's very I mean, you would only go there if you were like a prince or I don't know a property developer. It's very expensive beds there.
Okay. For my next bed-related question, which may be my last, but it may not be, because you're very welcome to pitch in with bed-related questions. Is okay. What kind of bed did you grow up with? Be it a single, a double, a king size, queen size, emperor, or simply, it might have been a hammock.
Sack.
Sack?
Sack of straw.
So, just a very quick one.
Yeah. Didn't have a double until I came back from university, so I had a single, but I also had, I think it's called a cabin bed when it's raised up. Not a bunk bed, I think it's called a cabin bed. That's what I grew up in.
Yeah, mine was a single until I was maybe 20 years old as well. The main feature of it was I had lots of Arsenal stickers on the bedstead because I'm a massive gooner. So I had Bergkamp, Ray Parlour, Winterburn, all the big ones. Dixon was up there, yeah.
Yeah, Adams. Was all the whole
Not Adams.
Keown.
I don't care for Adams.
I was a bunk man myself, and but not out of choice. But firstly and foremost is because I have a sister who was 7 years younger than me, or is still 7 years younger. Sorry, I should say she's also not dead. Yeah, progeria. Yeah. She's not a twin in a twins paradox. And so I shared until I was about 10, and then there was a schism and we separated rooms and moved house, and I still had a single, and actually in my mum's house I still have a single.
Is it the original?
It's not, because we used to jump on it and bust it. Yeah, my 11th birthday party, we were jumping on it and was gallivanting around horseplay,
hijinks,
various horseplays, and so it's sadly not the original, but yeah.
Interested to know where your mum got the replacement from. Was it Dreams?
You know what? I was going to ask her today anyway, actually. So.
We'll forward that on.
Yeah,
subtitle that. Perhaps just
Yeah. And so that brings us to the final question, which has been officially sanctioned. And so, what kind of monster sleeps under your bed? And I think I've got that right. And if I haven't, then I'm sure I'll be told. But James,
liquidated. Mine would have to be the mess monster. The monster under my bed is just all the crap that I keep there, and I'm terrified of sorting it out. The genuine fear of what's under there. There's old clothes, some stinky football boots, a hockey stick, I'm fairly sure, and then a whole load of other sort of useless paraphernalia, which I must sort out at one point, but yeah, I can't face it, so that's the monster under my bed. Michael?
I think mine would be the wee monster. I have to go for a wee directly before I sleep. I call that the final wee. And then during the night I have to get up at least once to go for a wee, when the wee monster gives me a little knock on the bottom. So that's mine. Robbie's?
Mine are probably the memories I usually lock up deep inside. In my darker moments, I usually find that they supplant themselves into my dreams, and I would attribute that to some sort of malicious force under my bed, giving me bad dreams. Or alternatively, I was going to say, is our friend is called Monster, and I can imagine that he would be under my bed every night. But no, it's normally the bad dreams. So yes, chaps, I think we're out of time.
Back to bed.
So to bed.
So to bed.
8:30 for night. So, any final words?
Not really. Michael?
Gut schlafen.